Okay, so today we're here with me, Sanjana, and then I don't know if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Oh, I'm Natra.
And I'm Anika.
Okay, and we're part of Beautiful, which I'm not sure if Eliza told you about us, but we're part of a campaign for raising awareness about body dysmorphia through different social media sites, surveys. We do a lot of like interactions with peers at our school, that kind of thing. And so when Eliza told us about your story, we were just like really inspired by your journey with your medical history and all of
Oh,
that, and now
you.
kind of taking control of your life and doing what you love with passions. We just thought that or pageants that we just thought that you were just such a strong person to be able to do all of that and go through what you've been through and still like hold this platform where you're inspiring others. And I guess, would you mind introducing yourself a little bit and telling us a little more about your story?
Yes, hi, I'm Marina Morosco. I was born with what's called a giant omphalocele. It's an abdominal wall defect. That's pretty rare. I was born with my liver, stomach, small intestines, and spleen outside my body in a sac. And to date, at 16 years old, I have had 25 surgeries. I wound up spending 10 months in the NICU when I was a baby and 3 years on full life support when I was a baby, the first about 3.5 years of my life. And I also spent 5 weeks in a medically induced coma when I was in the NICU as a baby.
Wow, okay. And I guess like
It's a lot.
yeah, that is definitely a lot. You've been through so much. Um, I guess how did you get into pageants?
Oh my gosh, it's such a funny story. I think it was like about this time of like 2018, about like February, March of 2018. And what NAM does is they they give you letters in the mail. So we got a letter in the mail, saying, NAM, National American Miss, we're inviting you to an open call. So on this and this date, whatever, in Tampa. Um, an open call is pretty much just like the informational meeting. And I was actually the one that was against it, not my
Oh,
parents.
really?
Most of the time, it's the other way around, but I used to be one of those people, who thought the pageants were overrated and all about beauty and, da 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 da. Um, so I went and we didn't even leave yet. And I told my mom, I was like, I want to do it. So that summer in July, I competed at state and I wound up placing 30th out of 94 girls, which was pretty
A lot of
impressive
people.
considering we were completely blindsided going in, completely blind, no coaching, no experience, like nothing. So we thought that was a pretty good ranking for a first time. So, and I've been hooked ever since.
Wow.
So I know like in pageants we always see so many like standards that you have to live up to, like beauty standards. So have pageants ever impacted your life in a negative way, and like how have they also impacted your life in a positive way?
As far as a negative way, I would say not really. Um, Other than, of course, myself and a lot of other pageant girls that I'm friends with, you do run into the issue of comparing yourself to other contestants without even meeting them or talking to them. I mean, even just at check-in, seeing other girls, in line or whatever, it can be pretty intimidating a lot. But as far as, that's really it as far as a negative. But as positives, there are so many things. There are so many friendships that you make and that lasts a lifetime. I'm still friends with girls that I met back in 2018, and whether from girls from 2018 or from last year, I'm still friends with so many of them. And you learn so many life skills, such as interview skills, public speaking, learning how to carry yourself, you know, in front of an audience and in front of judges. So it's definitely an amazing experience.
When I went through your page, I just saw that like you grew with like so much confidence and everything through pageants, which I guess like
Absolutely.
I think some people have like a lot of like negative connotations associated with pageants, like being about solely like looks and like comparing like girls against each other. But I guess like for you that like, you know, we saw it in a different light and just wanted to be able to showcase that.
Right.
Um, and so we wanted to ask like how would you say that being born like with your medical condition, I think you said it was the phalloceal, and like being
Yeah.
American, like how has going through all of these surgeries impacted you like mentally and physically? And how have you struggled like maybe with your confidence or your own body positivity regarding that?
As far as actually going through everything, I was a baby, so I don't, you know, really remember anything. But as far as growing up throughout my life, I have definitely struggled with, you know, self-confidence issues. You know, I don't have a belly button. You wouldn't know that looking at me, you know, unless you saw pictures of me in a swimsuit or whatever. But I do not have a belly button. And I remember starting the age of kindergarten, there was talk for a couple years with my surgeons about possibly doing a belly button surgically because I wanted to look like other kids. I did get made fun of a lot in more so early elementary school. In first grade, I was told by a classmate that I was born wrong. So, of course, that impacted me a lot. And just other issues, you know, with kids, you know, seeing my scars and, you know, just kind of being like, you know, what is wrong with her, you know, type of thing. And just not feeling as equal as everybody else.
Okay.
I just
But
want to say the fact that you're like embracing these things, even though they seem like it should be something that's something that's taken away from you, but you're using that to be yourself is something that I actually really like enjoy. Like that's such a good quality to have. And
oh,
I
thank
think
you
that's
so
one of the
much.
most important things when it comes to like self-love is like
Mhm.
embracing those things that you have, those differences, because that makes you yourself.
Exactly. Yes, definitely.
Yeah, a lot of people wouldn't be able to go through like everything that you have and still be able to come out like better because of it. So,
Thank you. And it definitely has gotten better as I got older. I kind of just, it wasn't really gradual. I kind of just, you know, woke up one day, you know, once I was a little bit older and, you know, I don't want a belly button and I still don't have one. You know, I don't want one because I want to embrace my scars and my uniqueness. I mean, we have talked about it more a little bit as I got older, but, you know, like I said, I wanted to do it when I was younger, you know, but my parents and my surgeons were, you know, just kind of like, let's wait till you're a little bit older. You know, we're not going to push you either way. Let's wait till you're a little bit older. And you can make that decision for yourself. And like I said, I just kind of woke up one day and was like, you know what? I want to embrace my scars and my uniqueness. And I don't want a belly button. I still don't.
Yeah, I really admire that about you. And I was also wondering, what are like some things that you would say like define beauty and like make like a pageant winner?
Definitely beauty from the inside. One of my favorite things from pageants is the sisterhood that you gain. I mean, I'm one of those people, I would rather see someone, you know, with a pure, genuine heart and doesn't make it all about the competition. You know, I'd rather see someone like that win than, let's say, the prettiest looking girl. You know, for instance, it's definitely about the beauty on the inside. And pageants like National American Miss, they, you know, they can't stress that enough. And, you know, that's what they tell the judges to look for is that beauty on the inside. You know, smiling, whether smiling from the inside, you know, during formal wear or just being themselves, you know, in interview. It's just, you have to have the whole package. type of thing.
Yeah, and going off of that, how do you think like the pageant industry has like changed over time? And like as you said, you think it's more about beauty on the inside. And do you think that it's like changed a lot from like before and now it's like not that much about looks?
I definitely think so. As far as National American Miss, I mean, I've been involved with it. I mean, this will be 6 years. So going back before 2018, I can't really say anything about that because their first year was 2002 or no 2003, I think. One of those years. One of those years was their first year. And so of course I can't, go back thinking that far. But just more recently, they definitely go for the girl who shows the most personality, whether it's on stage or in the interview room to the judges.
Oh, and about like, I think you said you competed in IUM International.
Yeah,
How was it like, like meeting these girls like from all over the country, kind of like building that community, I guess. Like,
yeah. So IUM, I actually just competed at state and I placed first runner up to the Miss Florida team title, which was super exciting. But going off of what you said, girls all over the country, I did compete at NAM Nationals back in Thanksgiving week of 2022. And it was like, oh, it's a whole different experience than state. Um, not only is the schedule much more, fully packed, but it was so amazing getting to see girls from all over the country. And I still have, friendships with girls from, the other side of the country. So I think not only NAM, but pageants, especially in youth systems that go to a national level, they do a great job of bringing all those girls together from different, different states, different backgrounds, and bringing them together as one big sisterhood.
yeah, that's really great. And like, I guess you're also a part of like the Children's like Miracle Network as well, right?
Yeah.
And you do like speak at the dance marathon and everything like that. I was just wondering like if you've met like people who have gone through like similar experience as you or like kids who like have looked up to you because of it or kind of shared in your experience.
I do actually have some friends that were also born with an omphalocele, and that's how we connected. One of my best friends, Bree Williams, um, how I got connected with her was back when my mom was still working at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. She walked into her room. She was her tech for the night. She, would wait into her room to do vitals. And she looked at her charts and saw that she was an omphalocele baby. And, she was like, oh, my daughter was also born with an omphalocele. And she said that her mom was on the phone and she was like, let me call you back. And hung up the phone. They had never actually met another omphalocele family either. So it was kind of crazy how that happened. Um, and there are other people that I've connected with, all over the country that I, still keep in contact with on social media and I have their numbers, etc. Because we were born with this defect. And not only omphalocele, but other defects, I'm able to meet other kids born with different defects or have disabilities, etc., through these dance marathons. So CMN and dance marathons have definitely helped me make more friendships and connect with other kids that have gone through similar things than like me.
Yeah, I think it's just really great the work that you're doing, especially like with like those like kids like that have, young that are very impressionable. And, when you look at the media and you see pageants and stuff like that, you don't see people with like their battle scars like shown. Like you don't see
Exactly.
people with all of that like shown like openly and being like so expressive about it. And so, yeah, we just really wanted
Yeah.
to appreciate you for that.
Thank you.
And I love the community that like is built within like the pageant community, like how you guys all support each other and go
Yes.
through the experiences together. We were also wondering, is there any advice you'd like to give to anyone who's struggling with their body image?
Honestly, just love who you are. That's
Yeah.
really the only thing that I can, really give. And like I said before, beauty comes from the inside. I'd rather be someone who's beautiful on the inside than on the outside. Um, honestly, but just love who you are, give self-love to yourself, affirmations, just stuff like that, and just learn just learn to love yourself and to love who you are on the outside and on the inside as a person.
Yeah, I totally agree. And that's actually a big thing, even within like beautiful, like our entire slogan is being you is being beautiful. And we
Yeah,
really strongly
yes,
believe that. So yeah, I think that's
absolutely.
it for today. And we thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Oh,
We
thank you
really
for having
appreciate hearing
me.
your story. And
Thank
I
you.
really think that hearing the story, like if we post this video, it'll really help other people who are struggling with their body image and let them know that being different is okay and it's something that they should embrace
Yeah,
rather
absolutely.
than as something that harms their identity.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Everyone is uniquely, themselves, perfectly imperfect,
All right.
as my mom likes to say.
Okay. I think we are good to go then. Thank you so much
Yeah.
again for speaking with us. I think
Oh,
Eliza
thank you for having
said,
me.
yeah, of course. And I think Eliza said that you were coming out to Chargerthon to like with her as well.
Yes.
So
I,
yeah, we look forward to seeing you
yes,
there as
I'm
well.
excited.
All right. Um,
Yes, so look forward to seeing you guys there. Thank you for having me.
yes, you
Yeah,
too.
no problem. Have a nice day.
Yep.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.